Hello, everyone, and welcome to Kartra 101. These lessons are designed to teach you the basics of Kartra and to help you feel more confident using the tools available to you. My name is Alex, and I am one of Kartra's onboarding experts. And in today's lesson, we are going to focus on sending your first email in Kartra. So over the next 15 minutes, it's going to be a short little demonstration here. We are going to show you guys how to set up your Kartra Mail integration, why you should authenticate your email domain, and how to create and send your first email. So let's go ahead and dive in, because before you start sending any emails, we want to make sure that they are being sent correctly. Spending a few minutes setting things up now can really help your emails reach a lot more inboxes later on. So bear with me real quick. I'm going to share my screen here and we'll hop into the Kartra application. Great, so you guys should see it here now. Awesome. All right, so the first thing that we need to talk about is Kartra Mail. And you'll find Kartra Mail by going to Settings, Integrations, and it should be one of your default integrations right off the bat. You'll see it in this section of your account. Kartra Mail is the built-in tool inside Kartra that sends your emails. So kind of think of it as your email sending center. It controls the default sender name and email address that appear when you create emails. And when you first create your Kartra account, it's going to use the email address that you signed up with, will be your send from email. So if you signed up using a free email address, something like Gmail or Yahoo, you might see a temporary Kartra placeholder here instead. But if you used an email domain that is private, something that you own, that's the email address that's going to be used here. When updating this information, though, these fields will not accept free email addresses. So again, those Gmail, Yahoo accounts. So you will need to have a business email address and inbox service outside of Kartra. And the inbox service outside of Kartra is important because Kartra sends emails out, but does not include an inbox to receive replies. So that's why you'll always see the reply to email, which is going to designate where responses to your emails are going to go. And you can only set one sender email address here, and this will be used as the email address for all of your account email notifications. Now, your email notifications, you'll find them right above the integrations under settings. You'll see it right here, email notifications. And these are just automated emails sent out by Kartra to your contacts, to your affiliates, and to your team based on different things that they're doing. So you'll find transactional notifications here. And all of these automated emails are already set up for you. You can disable them or edit them if you need to. Later, when you start creating any custom marketing emails that you want to send out, like newsletters or automated email series, you'll be able to customize the sender details for them. But again, for these email notifications, they are locked into whatever your Kartra Mail integration is. Now, the second big thing you need to do before sending any emails is authenticate your email domain. You'll see this in your account under domains and DKIM. Domains is actually for your URLs, but DKIM is for your emails. And it's not really important what DKIM stands for, but you do need to understand what it does. So here's the simple version. DKIM helps prove that your emails are really coming from you. So kind of think about it like an ID at an airport that you're showing people. Without verification, email providers like Gmail, Outlook may be cautious about accepting your message. But with the authentication in place, your emails are a lot more likely to land in inboxes instead of the spam folder. So it's very important that you authenticate every email domain that you plan to send from. So for example, you can see in my account, I have gddemos.com connected. So I can send from any email address from that domain. It could be from hello@gddemos.com or support@gddemos.com. As long as I'm sending from that domain, it's authenticated. The email, should have a higher deliverability rate, right? But if I also wanted to send emails from another business domain, maybe I wanted to send emails from Kartra.com as well, I can also add that Kartra.com domain here by adding another DKIM record. And there's no limit to how many DKIM you can send, domains that you can connect here. So go ahead and connect multiple if you have multiple addresses that you want to send from. And if you need any help authenticating your email domain, feel free to click that little help button in your account in the bottom right corner and chat with our AI assistant. It's always here. You can just ask for DKIM setup help, and it'll provide you with all the instructions that you can follow along with. All right, so we talked about the Kartra Mail. We talked about DKIM. The last big thing is the email footer content. And this is something that's actually not, immediately visual. Like you can't always see this right before you send emails. But to show you guys a little example, I have an email that I received from Kartra. Right here's a Kartra email. If I were to scroll down here, you can see that there's an unsubscribe button and then an address that's listed at the bottom. One thing that is included within all of your emails is the physical mailing address. It basically helps support email compliance and builds trust with email providers. And this address comes from your account profile. So if you go to your profile, you'll see it listed down here, your physical account address. So before sending emails, it's important to double check that the address listed is one that you're comfortable displaying. So say if you work from home and you don't want to use your home address and you don't have a business address, something that you can consider is setting up a PO box so that you're not providing people with your physical home address. The other thing that Kartra includes is those unsubscribe buttons, right? So this gives people control over which emails they receive from you. So if someone wants to click this button, you'll see it'll take them to a new tab where they can see all of the mailing lists that they are currently subscribed to. So imagine somebody enjoys your weekly tips, but doesn't want promotional emails from you. If your contacts are organized into these separate lists, they can go in here and say, I don't want to receive any promotional content, but I can still say subscribe to all of the other email, lists that I'm a part of to get all of those other emails, right? So this is why organizing your contacts into different lists is so important. That people really have control over which communications they are opting out of. And if they're only on one list, for example, and they opt out of that list, they're going to be marked as a do not contact and they won't receive any future emails for you. So again, when contacts are coming into your account, very important that you are subscribing them to lists. And when you're setting up your list, think about all of the different communication groups that you want to send out. But with that all out of the way, we can hop into sending your first email. So at this point, your email foundation is complete. Those are the three main steps that you should always do before sending an email out through Kartra. And we can go ahead and start sending emails. So there are two main ways that you can do that in Kartra. The first is, and you'll find them both under this marketing tab. The first is emails and SMS, just like it sounds. This is where you will send a one-time email. So this is perfect for things like little announcements that you're making, newsletters that you're sending out, product updates, promotions, event reminders, anything that you just need to send out once to a group of leads that you have. Sequences work a little differently. A sequence in Kartra is a series of emails that sends automatically over a period of time. So for example, we could take a look at this nurture sequence here. So say somebody joins our email list, and then on day 1, we are sending them a welcome email. And then on day 3, we are sending them some helpful tips. And then on day 5, we are sending them a promo offer. Once you set up your email sequence, Kartra is going to handle the timing and sending of those emails automatically based on how you set it up. Now, when you are creating email, there are 2 main options to choose from. You'll see here that you have the option for plain text, which is like a standard email that you would send from your own like email inbox, just a simple, you're just writing text out through the email. Or you have the rich HTML, and this is where you see all of these other email templates. This is an example of a rich HTML format. Basically, it gives you a little more creative layout. You get you get to add images, buttons, sections, branding. Neither option is right or wrong. It just really depends on the experience that you want to create, right? So the email builder is where you put everything together. And if we were to go in here, I'm just going to create an email, and we'll choose one of these templates here. Maybe I like this one. We can go ahead and hit create, and that'll take us into the email builder. So if we hit edit this message, this is where you can go in and edit all of your emails, and you'll see the sidebar over here with all of your tools. If it's just a plain text, you're just typing it with text, but this is again is an example of a rich HTML. Now, in the email builder, you get to, again, design your email. You can generate content using Kartra AI if you don't have copy ready or you just need a little more refinement on it. You can preview how your email looks from mobile devices, since a lot of people are going to probably be viewing your content from a mobile device. So it's great to, have that option available. And you can also personalize messages using dynamic variables, which you'll see by clicking this variables button. So for example, instead of saying like, dear subscriber, we can say dear first name, and it would replace this first name dynamic variable with the recipient's first name when they receive the email. So it's a great way to, make your emails feel a little more personal. And these small touches can really enhance the experience that your, contacts have when they're getting emails from you. And if you create a layout that you like, say you design an email template with your branding, your colors, everything is perfect the way that you want it, you can save that design as a favorite. Just go to Actions, Save Template, and then you have your favorites over here that you can always access when you're creating a new email. That way you don't have to create the same thing multiple times. Just do it once, save it as a favorite, and then pull that favorite template going forward. The other big thing you can do here is send a test email to yourself. This is a great way to test things before the email actually is sent out to your contacts. You can double check things like the subject line, the formatting, any images to make sure that they are spaced correctly, any links that you have to make sure they're working, and how it looks from a mobile device. Kind of think about it like previewing a presentation before showing it to an audience. Just one quick note that dynamic variables like these first name, email address, they're not going to work when you are sending a test email to yourself. You'll still see the dynamic variable, but when you send it out to the real email out to your contacts, that will be replaced with the contact's information. So once your email is ready, it's time to decide how it's going to be sent here. So if we go to the From To tab, which is the next category, you'll see the communication gateway. And by default, Kartra will use the sender details from your Kartra Mail setup. So you can see this is all pulled directly from that Kartra Mail integration that I showed you when we first started this demo. But you can always update this information for any email that you send. So say for this specific email, I don't want to send it from support. I want to send it from my name, alex@gddemos.com. And then maybe the reply to email will also go to me, right, for this specific email. Anytime you're creating it, you can always adjust your send from and reply to, as well as your sender name if you want to send it from, someone else instead of, in our case, the Kartra community team. Next, you're going to choose who is going to receive this email. So you can see here, I have it listed as only me, but we can always remove that and then use the filters to choose our audience. So maybe you want to send this email to everyone that's subscribed to a specific list. So say this is my newsletter, so I'll send it to everyone on my newsletter recipients list. You can also stack these filters on top of each other. So I can say, I want to send this to everyone on my newsletters recipients list and has a specific tag. Maybe I want to send this to everyone that has, downloaded my free offer or something, or has 30-day access to my trial. I can add that on, and now it's going to stack those filters. With these filters, you're going to see and or. So and is going to, combine those rules together. So the contacts must meet both of those conditions. With or, it's just like it sounds, contacts must reach either or. So they are subscribed to my list or have a tag that's going to send out to all of those groups. So you can use these to kind of stack your filters on top of each other to really whittle down your audience to the right group. And what's really cool about Kartra is that you're also going to get a deliverability sending score. Kind of think about this as a quick health check for your email before it goes out. Kartra is going to review all of the things like your email setup, the authentication that we talked about, the content within your email to estimate how likely your message is to land in inboxes successfully. So if you completed the set of steps that we covered earlier before sending your email out, this will usually help improve your score. But don't worry if the score isn't exactly what you want yet. The score is meant to guide you, not stop you. And if something looks concerning, our dedicated email team can help review your setup and provide recommendations to improve your results. Just again, reach out using that little help icon in your account and clicking that contact support, and we will always be there to help. So once everything looks good, you can either send your email immediately, you can schedule it to send on a specific day and time, or you can save it as a draft and come back to it later. So let's say we want to send this email on June 30th at 10 o'clock a.m. Once it's scheduled, we can hit done. And you'll see a little scheduled icon in the top right corner. Once it sends out, you'll see a sent. And once it's scheduled, there's nothing really else you have to do from your end. Kartra will handle sending it during that specific date and time. And just note this time zone will always be consistent with what you have in your account settings. So if your account is set to Eastern Standard Time, your emails will also be sent out during Eastern Standard Time. So that is pretty much everything you need to know about sending your emails out through Kartra. Let me hop back into the slide presentation here and we will wrap things up. So what we need to do is to quickly recap, before sending your first email, you should always set up your Kartra Mail integration if you haven't yet. Authenticate your email domain using the DKIM settings. Review your address and email settings just to make sure that they are all correct. And send yourself a test email to make sure that everything looks correct before your contacts get that email from you. And once these steps are complete, you are ready to start communicating with your audience confidently. So thanks for joining me for this short Kartra 101 demonstration. I'll see you guys in the next lesson and hope you guys have a